This is just a quick review of my Corbin custom-made seat. I ordered it like almost 4 months ago, and when I ordered it on the website, it said that allow 6 weeks for completion and all that. And then I left an inquiry on them on their website regarding the texture of the leather. Because you go online on their website and you custom build your own seat with the vinyl that you want and the leather or any colors that you want or piping or anything. It was like totally custom. And so they called me back and they said, it'll only be about 3 weeks. But then I ended up getting the seat in less than 2 weeks. It was about a week and a half, and it arrived, and it was well packaged. They had it all packaged in foam and really strong cardboard box, so it came in pretty good shape. I opted for just plain black. I didn't want any kind of piping or nothing like that. It just looks pretty good. And then they recommend, like on the sides and the straps here, you use vinyl. I mean, the seats are all leather, and so I opted for the carbon look vinyl because it kind of matches my exhaust and a couple other carbon parts on my fake carbon sides and stuff like that. So it looked pretty good, and then the logo, you can customize that too. With the Sergeant, you just get what they got. And with this, you can get it any color you want, or we can get it with flags or any kind of customization. You just select from a bunch of stuff, and they just put it together. And then once they started putting it together, I started getting emails saying that the cover was done, and then it's gone to construction, and then it was shipped, and then next thing you know, UPS dropped it off, and it was. They did say that it takes about 2,000 miles to break in, because they even make their own foam. They have a machine that makes their own foam, and when you order the seat, you give them your weight. And so I give them my weight with my full gear on, and then that dictates how dense they make the foam. And it's really kind of interesting. There was a couple other YouTube videos out there. Oh, and by the way, I'm not sponsored, and Corbin didn't ask me to do a review or anything. They don't even know I'm doing a review. They don't even know who I am. I mean, they made my seat. They took my money, but that's it. But right away, I found that the seat was comfortable right away, and now I've had it for a few months, and you can see that you're starting to see texture here just from me sitting on it. It's getting really, really comfortable, and also I don't slide around on it. The leather, it doesn't have any kind of treatment or nothing on it. It had like some sort of like an Armor All coating on it when I got it, but I just kind of wiped it off. And they do say that if it gets rained on, just to let it air dry, and it'll come out fine, because I don't know, because the foam and the stitching and everything is some sort of a material that won't rot. So the seat is as compared to the Sergeant and then the OEM seat. Those are two-part seats, and it's easier to take off. You just use the key to take off the back part, and then there's a latch where you remove the front seat. But with this one, it's all one big fiberglass piece, and I'll show you that. So here it is with the seat removed, and you can see that I stuck Gorilla Tape. There were some holes here. I guess it was just part of the manufacturing, and then there was a gap right here where they ran the electrical, if you were going to put a heated seat, and then the attachment point for the electrical connection and all that. And so I just kind of taped them up, and the thing, I mean, it's pretty solid, like fiberglass, and it looked like it had been sitting in a pile, someplace, because it was kind of rough and dinged up looking. So I kind of touched it up with some spray paint and cleaned it up a little bit, and also the front tongue here that attaches by the gas tank, that was a little bit rough, so I filed that smooth. And then about within the first week, my mounting point started coming loose, so I torqued down the screws and they just started coming loose. So I had since put some locking washers and some thread locker on the mounting point, and then since then it's never come loose before. And it did come with some shims, because every bike's a little bit different, so I had to add a couple of shims to get it the right height where it would click in. Now the one thing I really noticed right away was, see how these points kind of cant out a little bit? Well, on the factory Yamaha seat and the Sargent, they go straight, and also the rubber point that actually touches onto the frame, this rubber is a lot more dense. On the other seat, it's a lot softer, and so what it was causing the other seat to rock back and forth. As I moved around on the bike, it would move, and it actually had rubbed the paint off of my plastic just from moving around. Whereas this seat is really, really solid. And I'm not a light guy. I'm 6 foot 240, and so but the seat doesn't move at all. Once you attach it, it's on. It's a little bit more cumbersome and slow to remove the seat and reattach it, but once you do it a couple of times, it's pretty easy. Now but from the factory, this seat has an adjustment. It'll adjust up or down about an inch, but with this seat there's no adjustment. And also the padding is thicker, and so the seat sits about an inch higher. So it sits at where the regular seat would sit up an extra inch. They added an extra inch of height and foam, but the seat is absolutely rock solid. It doesn't move at all, and it's very, very comfortable. And so far, I've been really, really happy with it. I was happy with the comfort of the Sargent seat, but right away I started getting some abrasion just from getting on and off the bike. The vinyl was wearing away because there was like a metal piece underneath there that it was and so I had taped it up and retaped it a few times, and I was actually looking at finding a place to get it reupholstered at one point, but then I just went with this. And I'm glad I did. This is a far better seat. Like I say, they're not sponsoring me. They didn't ask me to do a review or nothing. I just decided to just do it. But yeah, I mean, it's expensive. I live in Arizona. They made it in California, and it was about $700 with tax and shipping and all that. But like I say, I mean, it was really, really quick, and maybe it seems like maybe they're just not that busy. Maybe that's why they're so fast. But so far I've been really, really happy with it. Again, my 2015 FJ09 or Tracer 9, as they call it in other parts of the world. Just wanted to make a quick little review and let you know what I thought.